Hello everyone, my name is Selassie and welcome to GhanaVeg Food Diaries. On today's exciting episode, we're going to be talking about the open market and market queens. How can we improve the markets, considering that most Ghanaians and restaurants are sourcing our vegetables from there? Stay tuned for this and more. On today's show, we're going to be discussing the open market and market queens. I have in the studio with me today, Edward Archer from Food and Drug Authority. Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you, Selassie.
Before we get started with the discussion, I wanted to get an up-close and personal look at the situation. So Edward and I went to Agbogbloshie Market to take a look at the situation and see how the market women are storing the vegetables. Let's have a look. So I'm here today at Agbogbloshie Market, one of the oldest and largest markets in Accra. They carry everything, and one of the things that they have are vegetables. So since markets are not always the perfect place to buy vegetables, I'm here with Edward Acha, an expert on food safety, to help navigate the waters here at the market. Tell us a little bit about the layout of the market and the implications it has on food safety.
For us, within the Food and Drugs Authority, over the period, we've been doing a lot of work, in all the markets, especially Agbogbloshie Market, like you said, one of the largest markets in Accra. We've been doing a lot of public education, because we realize that most of these vendors have very little information regarding the safety, because most of them have inherited the trade from like their parents, over the period.
This one
and
is
so
a bit better. So it's on a table, off the ground?
That's right. And these are some of the things, the strides that the Food and Drugs Authority actually has, carried out over the period. Because some time ago, what we would see is that they have displayed this on the ground. And so we came out with this public education, we intensified it, and then now we got them to, raise it up, on a table, so that you don't get a lot of the dust, accumulating on them. And beyond that, we've also, taught them how to store their fruits and vegetables as well.
Hi, good afternoon. And your name, madam?
My name is Gladys.
Okay, and you?
My name is Efia.
Oh. I wanted to just ask and find out, for the vegetables that you have, you're selling them today. If you don't finish selling all of them, how do you store them for tomorrow?
I remove from the sack and I put it on the basket. Okay. And put it down. I remove all the listing, the nuts and the carrots, and I put it in the basket.
Okay, so you keep it in the basket until
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, so like you rightly said, what she's saying is that, for especially the cabbage seller, you realize that the processes, she didn't talk about, leftovers. So she's buying quantity that she can sell in a day, roughly. And then if there are any excess, probably just few that she will probably save in a basket and then sell it first thing in the morning. They know pretty much what they are doing. They understand the implications of the safety or the hygienic display of their product in order to enhance the public health, safety.
Thank you. So there you have it. Food safety is actually being practiced by some food sellers. It's important when you go to look out for the vendors that have their items on proper tables off the ground, and make sure when you get back home, make sure you treat it properly. So we're gonna take these and I'm gonna pick up a couple other things and see what I make out of them when we get back to studio. So that was a really exciting experience for me, just sort of to see food safety in practice.
That's right, Selassie. It was exciting, really. With us at the Food and Drugs Authority, we've constantly been at the market, especially for the department that I work, the Food Safety Management Department. And then we have created a special unit called Public Education Unit. And so what we do is to engage these market women that we met at Agbogbloshie Market. We have identified and classified the markets into, we have 10 major markets and then the other market. And so based on the patronage and the size of the market, the Food and Drugs Authority also has identified various commodity item leaders. So what we do is periodically, we go to visit them. We also invite them to our office and then hold, kind of public education regarding the safety of vegetables. We all know that, vegetables are very healthy, food, substances that we all consume.
Yes.
But it is also very important that we know that, okay, these vegetables are healthy, as we all want, to let people understand. But they are also carriers, or they carry within them or on them heavy loads of bacteria or microorganisms that, if they are not handled carefully, they could adversely affect the health of the consumer. And so, though the product is a good thing, the handling processes are also very important if we are talking about its effects on the health of the consumer.
So it's a catch-22.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it is very important that we engage both the vendors and the consumers as well. Okay, because assuming that the farmer at the primary point of production has made sure that he's done all the good agricultural practices. He's harvested them in basket, not on the floor, and all that. And then the middlewoman who is going to buy it from the farmer, in the transportation processes, exposes the vegetable onto an unhygienic condition. And then also the one who is going to vend it at the market also exposes it to very horrible or unsanitary condition. That means that the consumer, no matter what you do, you also still have remnants of the germs, onto your system, which is going to adversely affect you. So it is important that we look at the safety as a supply chain, an entire chain, both at the farmer level, at those that are transporting them, and then those that are even vending them. And then we, the consumers, who also go to buy them in our homes, in our kitchen, or, if you are a caterer or whatever, what are you also going to do in order to keep it safe for people that, are the end users of the vegetable? And that is what the Food and Drug Authority has been, vigorously educating the people on.
Could we talk a little bit about some of the successes you've had in terms of looking at the level of the market women? What improvements have we seen recently in the market?
We have realized that our engagement and our presence at the market has really yielded a lot of results. We have been working in tandem with the environmental health officers, who are mostly in the market. They have their offices in the market. What we've done is to also build their capacity in terms of the food safety, implication of the produce that we buy from the market. Beyond that, we have also identified some markets. And then we have a project we call Clean Market Project. And so we have identified some markets that we've carried out this successful, clean market project exercise. And so what we do is that, especially in the display of their produce or their wares, so that we can reduce the contamination. Some time ago, in most of these markets that we have, carried out this clean market project, people were vending vegetables, as in your lettuce and other things, your cucumber, by toilets, refuse dumps and other things. The Food and Drug Authority might not be in the position probably to take away the refuse from the market. But we need to we let people who matters also know. And then also tell the people that where you are selling it is unhygienic. And then for the consumers, when we come to television and other things, what we tell consumers is that if you see this, money is difficult to come by nowadays. So if you see this, don't use your hard-earned money to buy it. And so it's been, a cutting-edge, activity that we've been doing, both for the vendors and both for the consumers. And we think the combination is yielding so much, successes. Great.
Thank you so much. We also wanted to find out where some of you are buying your vegetables. Take a look at what you had to say.
Pachame told me vegetables no Cantamanto and now Medina Market and that's on Kofona Yamodi Quachin. Minama tomato green pepper. Any carrots, any cabbage.
Me told me vegetable Medina Market and now Sakra.
Told me vegetables on Medina Market and sometimes some more mudi tremuno. If you want me to cabbage, carrots and tomatoes or onions, no more.
Me told me vegetables from Medina Market. Sometimes on food tremu and amato more. Tomatoes, onions, ni cabbage.
Oh wow, vegetables no. Ebu ahoa ebi twam o me shop ye ni mo amitumi tobi. Ana me amikuta aka ntino, se me wife wo a, me amitumi kwa market ekodi dwa ebi ti se Medina Market. agogoroshi mitumi tuka akọ okodidwa.
Okay, I buy my vegetables in Medina Market or ShopRite, sometimes in Palace.
A lot of really interesting responses. It looks like most people are buying them at local markets. How do you feel about the conditions? Are you satisfied with those conditions in most of those markets mentioned?
You realize that they mentioned 3 major sources.
Yeah.
Some mentioned ShopRite.
Yes.
So it means that the department shops are also becoming very cardinal as a place that people shop. Somebody said those that vend, those that carry it on their head.
Yeah.
And that is also another interesting trend that is, really getting a lot of popularity because people are not getting time to go to the market.
Exactly.
People are not getting time to go to the ShopRite and other places. If you ask me, I can say for 100% that I am really okay with the conditions, especially the sanitary conditions in the market, but it needs a lot of improvement. Okay. But that improvement, we have seen that it has been a continual improvement in our part. In the perspective of the Food and Drugs Authority, especially because of the work we are working together with, various stakeholders, we think there has been successes. The other part where people are carrying on the headspans, and that is where we have to be very, very interested in. Yeah. I can give you an example if you have time. There was a cholera outbreak, and then there was an event. Somebody was carrying, I don't know whether you know granules.
Yes.
These granules in the
sack.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And so they cooked one.
Yes.
They call it in category, in a local desert. So we were in the place and we saw this vendor entered into a public toilet with the granite exposed. So we got alarmed and my boss and I were there and we said, okay, let's wait and see what happens. The lady came out and then we confronted her and we said, why did you have to carry this granite into the market? She said, I'm a vendor, I don't know anybody here. And I'm sure if I left it here, somebody will come and fetch some. Okay. And then my profit is just small. Okay. And so I didn't want to leave it outside and then go to the toilet. And so we said, okay, so it means that the next time she leaves out from the toilet place, somebody is going to buy it. And so we are not saying that, in whole, it is not safe to buy from those that are carrying it, on the head or something. Yeah. But we also have to look out for, sanitary conditions that the thing is exposed. Okay, so maybe the question I'll ask then is, as a consumer, if I'm going to either buy from someone on the roadside or from the market, are there key indicators or things I should look for to say, okay, this one may be a better seller or vendor than the other? Absolutely. Vegetables are not supposed to, the surfaces are not supposed to have any cracks. Okay. Or damage on them. Because if a vegetable has some damage and cracks on them, it makes it very difficult even for sanitizing, with a sanitizer like chlorine or other things. Also, what I tell people is look at the person who is also even vending it. It is very, very important that the hygiene of the person who is even selling the product is very, very important, because if the person is not hygienic, you do not want to use your money to buy that. Okay. And then even the environment where the person is selling it is also very important. Yeah. If the person is selling close to a gutter, a very filthy environment, and all that, you do not want to use your money to buy it. Yeah. And then sometimes at the market, you see people also trying to, making efforts to wash, maybe their carrots or others to make it more attractive. Yeah. And then you are there, you see somebody washing it with a very dirty water. Very, very dirty water. You do not want to use your money, to buy them and all that. So there are so many things that we can actually look out for in buying our vegetables. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful conversation. I'm hoping that we can continue this conversation if you have time to cook along with me. Yes. Yes, you have a bit of time? We'll see. Yes. Okay, great. So don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to be preparing a chicken director general, which is going to be, in French, it's called poulet DG. So join us.
My name is Sheila Esibe-Yeboah, the Deputy Program Leader of GhanaVeg. GhanaVeg is a program funded by the Royal Netherlands government, and we know that the Netherlands is one of the leading producers and exporters of vegetables worldwide, and this expertise is brought to bear in the GhanaVeg program. The program seeks to develop the commercial vegetable sector here in Ghana by making it strong and robust through the support of strong business-led initiatives. As such, we work with front-runner businesses, empowering them through our stakeholder engagements. We have trade missions, we have business-to-business meetings, and also we have a matching grant facility where we support through funds. In addition, we enhance production through a strengthened capacity in agronomy, where a pool of agronomists are trained and certified to give hands-on, practical, and timely advisory services to challenges with production on the field. We would like to partner with you here at GhanaVeg if you're a producer, exporter, aggregator, processor, or you offer services in the vegetable sector, or you supply inputs, machinery, or equipment. You're welcome to join the GhanaVeg family. You can reach us online at www.ghanaveg.org. You can send us an email, info@ghanaveg.org. We are active on Twitter and on Facebook. You can also call the phone number on your screen. We want to encourage you to grow more vegetables, eat more vegetables, and stay healthy. And remember, GhanaVeg, healthy and quality vegetables from Ghana through new ways of doing business.
Welcome back, and as promised, I'm going to be preparing a delicious meal for you today. I'm joined in the kitchen by Edward, and we're going to be preparing what's called poulet DG, which is actually, in English, it's chicken that's fit for a director general, or a chairman in our case. So basically, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Maybe we'll just wash our hands before we start. Okay. So do you cook at home?
Yeah, occasionally, yeah. I do.
Do you enjoy it, or do you just do it for survival?
Well, I eat for survival. I cook for survival as well.
You cook for survival?
And my favorite is jollof rice.
Jollof rice, okay.
Yeah.
With chicken, fish?
Fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So
this is a dish, it's actually a francophone dish. It's kind of a one-pot cooking, so everything goes into one pot.
Right.
Makes less cleaning up to do.
Okay.
So for this recipe, we're going to be using, we're gonna have a little bit of oil. We have onions, we have parsley. Some people call this African nutmeg. We've ground some of it. We've got curry, we've got garlic, ginger, plantain, chicken. We have carrots, green peppers, green onion. This is chicken stock or chicken broth, and a little salt and pepper.
Right.
So I would love your help. We're just gonna start cooking sort of the onions and the garlic and the ginger. Let me go ahead and just start this and get the pan warm. So, besides jollof, any other favorites?
Well, I do a lot of tilapia,
Okay.
especially grilled tilapia and banku.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I think we can go ahead. I'll just start you off with the oil.
Okay.
And then if you could help me with the onions, garlic, ginger.
And that is chopped already, right?
Yes,
Okay,
so you're all set with those.
Okay.
We'll go ahead, and if you need a spoon, there you go.
So all goes into it directly?
Everything, yep.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna chop up some parsley while you're going ahead to do that.
Okay.
Normally we need to fry some chicken and fry some plantain, but I went ahead and got that started before you arrived.
That's fine.
To make sure you can enjoy. I'll just make space for you there.
Perfect.
Okay, and then there you go, as it gets warmer. Do you have any favorite vegetables?
Well, I like cucumber, lettuce as well. It's interesting, I have some lettuce in my garden.
Okay.
In the house, so I do a lot of organic, lettuce in the house. Prepares for my wife as well. So do I keep stirring?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the oil to get a bit warmer.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add all the other ingredients. We've got garlic, ginger, this is the African nutmeg, and curry.
Right. I'm very happy you have this as a pan.
Yeah.
That is stainless steel.
Yes.
Which is very, very important because you know one thing about this local pot, the aluminium one, it leaches, some metallic substance into the food.
Okay.
And so we always advocate, for the Food and Drugs Authority, that people should use stainless steel, which you've got right here.
Yeah.
Which is very good. It's also very easy to clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very easy to clean.
And the thing that makes it easy to clean is my friend.
Right, that's nice.
Yeah.
The easy way, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's safe too, very, very safe.
Okay, I can smell all that coming up.
Yeah.
This is the African nutmeg going in.
Okay.
And then a little bit of curry.
All right. Oh my God, I love onions.
Yes?
Yeah, I do.
Great. And we've got more onions going into the dish later.
Right.
I'm just gonna add the parsley. Okay. So once the onions get a bit soft, we'll go ahead and add the other ingredients.
Okay.
Just a little bit right there.
Right.
Perfect. Okay. It looks good. I'm going to go ahead and add the next set of ingredients.
All right, okay.
We've got the carrots, bell pepper, and some spring onions or green onions.
So keep stirring.
Yeah. And then I'm going to add this. It's going to make the pan a bit cold.
Right.
It'll come up to a boil, and we'll let the vegetables cook until they're tender. So maybe about 10, 15 minutes.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So, Selassie, I'm very happy with your kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that the Food and Drugs Authority does is to regulate food service establishments, including restaurants and catering facilities. And we've always been advocating for sanitation or hygiene, especially personal hygiene.
Yeah.
One thing that I think is very positive for your kitchen is the level of cleanliness, which is very, very good.
Thank you.
It's very, very important.
We work hard keeping our kitchen clean.
Yeah, because before you started, I was watching. I saw you with a sanitizer cleaning your desktop.
Yes.
You asked me to go and wash my hand under running water, which is very good. So I think you've got it all spot on.
I think, as you said earlier, we have to make sure everything from the growers who keep the food clean to the final person preparing the food before it's eaten, and even those eating wash their hands before they eat.
It is very important. It's very important, and I'm very happy the way you're organized. You have a waste bin, which is swindles, which is very, very important, so that you don't contaminate your hand even when you're dropping the waste.
Yes.
Because you see, pests also come into various kitchens because they can smell food.
They like good food like us, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it is very important that your waste bins are all covered as you have it rightly here. And so it's very good thing I'm observing in this kitchen.
Thank you.
Yes, very, very important.
So basically, we're just going to give that about 15 minutes so that the vegetables soften and get cooked. So we'll just give it a few more minutes, and then we'll go to the next step.
Right. Okay.
After 15 minutes, we would add in the chicken that we fried ahead of time.
Right.
And then we would add in the onions. You can give that a little stir for me.
Okay, sure. Wow. I can smell that.
Yeah. A little bit of curry. And then that gives a nice fragrance with the spring onion. Okay, so then we'll just cover that. Once you've added the chicken, you want to give that another 10 minutes so that the chicken can take the flavor in from the curry and all the other wonderful vegetables. So we'll go ahead and cover that.
Okay.
Yes. So we've given it about 10 minutes for the chicken to cook in with the sauce. And it smells like it's ready. So we're just going to add, we fried plantains just ahead of time. So we're just going to go ahead and add those in. Let the plantains heat through.
Okay. And the plantain was fried, right?
Yeah, fried. And then you add it to the same pot. So let that cook down and get the juices into the plantain. I'll just get the plates for us.
Okay. Wow, so we're going to taste it?
Absolutely.
Nice.
So you were telling us about some of the other protocols people should be following at home?
Yes, so that's very, very important. And so what some of the things that we always advocate people to do, and I'm very happy you are exhibiting it, wearing of aprons. Because see, I remember we've been to one restaurant, the owner of the restaurant actually came in from a funeral.
Okay.
And the funeral closed, he entered into the kitchen because there were a lot of people waiting to have lunch.
Okay.
And so she entered into the kitchen and then started cooking. And we said, no, that is not right. Because you see, coming from outside, the clothes has a lot of contamination. And so when you bring it to the kitchen, you are probably coming to contaminate everything. So it's important that you cover up. And an apron is a very good, medium of, covering up.
Okay.
So yes, that is also one of the protocols. We also advocate for headgear, if it's available.
Okay.
Cut your nails also very short, which is also very, very important because as you know, the nails also harbor a lot of germs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's very, very important that you cut your nails very, very short. I'm also very happy that you keeping a very very small earring, which is very, very important. You go to some places, the chef has a very long dangling earrings, which is not good for the safety, because the point is some can even drop into their food and bring some contamination or problems to the people. So it's very, very important that in a kitchen you exhibit a very good level of food hygiene, especially personal hygiene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you have it. We've got our poulet DG, or chicken for the Director General. Would you like to do the honors?
Sure, yes.
Okay, please.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so
it's a one-pot dish. You've got the plantains for your...
I like vegetables, so I'll start with the vegetables if that is fine. That's fine. Okay. So that's me. Oh my God.
Good? Hot?
Beautiful.
Okay. Well,
really beautiful.
Thank you very much. There you have it, our poulet DG. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Make sure you go to our Facebook page and the GhanaVeg website to look for the recipes and details about healthy eating, including some of the details about how to wash your vegetables, and make sure you bring home vegetables that are healthy and clean, and make sure you keep them clean before you serve them to your family. Bye-bye.